up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Inside the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new content, that would be appreciated also. So I have something in front of me that's sort of a new release, but not really. This particular version just came out this past Friday, which would have been February 23rd. But a version of this same album was released, or reissued, I should say, back in April of 2023 during Record Store Day. It was released in a 4 red vinyl set. I do not have that version because as much as I wanted this album, I have an aversion to standing outside for hours for Record Store Day. That's just me. Everybody else can do whatever they want. But I waited patiently, and now the day has arrived where I have a copy of this 4 record set in black 180 gram vinyl. And I am talking about Van Halen's 1993 album, Live Right Here, Right Now. So as far as I can tell, this looks to be exactly the same as far as the packaging and all that is concerned. It is a 4 record set. I think it does have the 3 bonus tracks that the Record Store Day version had. And it looks like it's the same 4 vinyl set with the I don't know if you call it a gatefold or pages or whatever, but we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what we have here. So again, front cover of Live Right Here, Right Now, back cover. All right, and let's see, hype sticker says 4 LP edition, pressed from the original master tapes on 180 gram black vinyl, includes 3 bonus tracks. So you get everything you got on the red version, but this is the black version. And I will say it was not any cheaper. It was the same price for this as it was for the Record Store Day version. But again, I like this album and I like Van Halen. I love Van Halen, but it's got to be something super duper uber special and that I'm guaranteed to probably get for me to wait in line. And this was one of those things that was gone, immediately, like gone almost as fast as, a Taylor Swift release or something. So anyway, without the cellophane, here we have the front cover of Live Right Here, Right Now. The back cover again. Okay, and wow. Yeah, so this is like a 4-page, I don't even know what you call this, like a triple gatefold almost. And then there's 3 gatefolds. So I know other people have put unboxings of this album out, of course, when the Record Store Day version came out. However, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to those because I didn't want to be jealous. So we're going to take a look at this now together. So here's the first gatefold. And inside it looks like maybe we have some liner notes, pictures of the band on the For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge tour. And I guess from 91 to 92. Let's see, what was that? What page was that? This was... looks like everybody. Okay. So if I turn the page here to the second gatefold, let's see, there's Sammy on one side, Alex on the other. And if I turn the page again, let's see. Okay. More liner notes, more live pictures, all that. Let's see. Okay, never mind. Sammy, Eddie, Mike, Alex. Okay, so everybody's represented on this middle part. I'm sorry, I thought I missed something. Okay, but again, there we have all 3 gatefolds. All right, so yeah, so again, like pretty much exactly like the Record Store Day version from last April. So if I pull out one of the records, as you can see, again, standard black vinyl, which as much as as cool as that red vinyl looked, I'm just as happy getting black vinyl. It's more for me, it's just a matter of actually having this album on vinyl as opposed to, what color the vinyl is. Now I'm not knocking it, for the people that have the red vinyl. I'm sure it's cool, and I'm sure I just sound like a jealous bitch sitting here, talking about how much, this is so much cooler than the red. It's really not. It's just what I could afford and what I could get my hands on. So anyway, there you go. I imagine all the liner notes are in the gatefolds here, so there's nothing, there's no other inserts or anything that I see inside the individual sleeves here that I can make out. So it looks like everything you need to know about the record, from liner notes and where it was recorded and all that kind of stuff, is featured on those gatefolds. So that is everything that is inside the record. So let's see. Just to give you a little backstory, which I should have done it first, but I'm a little out of practice with this. I'm sorry. This album was actually released, this version was actually released on February 23rd of 2024, just a couple of days ago. The original album, if I'm not mistaken, was released on February 23rd of 1993. So this was released right around the 31-year anniversary. It came out on Warner Brothers, as did this. This is, I think, Warner Brothers and Rhino, excuse me, not Reprise. Warner Brothers and Rhino. But the original came out on Warner Brothers. It was recorded in May of 1992 in Fresno, California. Let's see, it was produced by Van Halen and Andy Johns, who is a very well-known producer. Look him up. It reached as high as number 5 on the Billboard charts and is currently certified double platinum, which is about 1 million. Typically, double platinum means 2 million, but for a live album, especially which was a double album, that typically means about 1 million in sales. Still great. I don't know how this would be counted. Would this be counted as 4 units? Still 2 units? I mean, how does this count? I'm not really sure. But again, about a little less than a year ago, there was a special edition red vinyl issued as part of Record Store Day. Again, this is the standard black vinyl. As far as the makeup of it, there are 4 tunes. They did 4 tunes from the Roth era. They did a couple of Sammy Hagar solo tracks. Of course, there's some solo stuff going on in there. A Who cover. And of course, the rest is all Sammy Hagar era of Van Halen songs. So a decent mix, a little light on the Roth side, but if I recall correctly, I don't know that he sings the Roth era stuff so well, but I may be wrong. I haven't heard this album in a very long time. There are 3 bonus tracks on side 4 of the Record Store Day edition, as on here, which is The Dream Is Over, Eagles Fly, and Mine on Mine. So you still get the bonus tracks on this, even though it is not the Record Store Day edition. Let's see. And then I was reading, when I was getting all this information via Wikipedia, from what I read on there, per Sammy Hagar, the whole album was pretty much re-recorded in the studio, which I guess pissed him off. I'm sure there's more to that story. And, there's a lot of live albums that are like that. Now, I kind of figured maybe by the early 90s, they would have had that kind of stuff figured out and been able to figure out how to record a good live album. I know most of the live albums from the 70s are all touched up and in some cases mostly re-recorded in the studio. But apparently that was a lot of that went on with this album. Like I say, I've not heard this particular album in years. I didn't even bother to listen to it when the Record Store Day version came out last year because I was just like, I don't want to feel worse about not having one. I have one now, so I'll check it out and see what, whether it's good or bad. I know the reviews on the album were very mixed when it was released. Some people love it, some people hated it. I think I heard the version of Jump that was on here, and I wasn't crazy about it. And I didn't know if Sammy Hagar just couldn't sing that song the way, similar to what Roth did, or if he was making a mockery of it. I don't know. We'll see when I go and listen to it again. But if you did not get a Record Store Day edition of it last year, this version is available on Amazon. It's also available on all your other retail outlets. I don't know if they did like a CD version of this or a digital version, the remastering like they did with the other Sammy Hagar albums. I haven't looked into that yet. But if they did, check it out there. Even if it's not remastered, I'm sure the regular album is just available. So, check it out. Hopefully you won't be disappointed. Hopefully I won't be disappointed because I spent a lot of money on this. But again, we'll check it out and, we'll, maybe let me know in the comments below. But that's all I've got for you this time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new content. I've got the rest of my Unboxing the Vinyl series where we open up reissues, we open up new albums, we open up box sets, we open up all sorts of stuff. Sometimes it's even CDs, it's just depending on what's coming out. I've also got my Inside the Vinyl series where we talk about live albums as well as lost classics. I do plan to get that ramped back up here soon. I've got some concert footage from various concerts and festivals over the last few years, so check those out. And last but not least, I've got some disc golf coverage, some very mediocre disc golf coverage starring some very mediocre players, myself included. Oh, and one more thing, totally forgot. I am in school currently as a communications major, and I've done a couple of short documentary style films, or videos, so we call them films. They're each, they range anywhere from like 8 to 13 minutes long. There's a couple of them. One of them is about my recent house fire, where we discuss everything that went on with that, so check that out. But again, check those out with everything else. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.